Hi, friends. This is an F level book today. I think if you've been reading the E's, you'll be able to handle this book. Okay. We're reading all pet stories this week. We got some about Gilbert the pig. We got some animals dressing up. And in this one, it teaches you how to care for your pet. So the title is How I Care for My Pet. And I see there's a dog. Let's do a picture walk to start, friends, and get familiar with our story. How I Care for My Pet. Ooh, my favorite part. Ooh, when I have a real book that's about real things that I can learn from. They're called nonfiction books. And often they have this, a table of contents. You guys may have seen this before a couple weeks ago in another nonfiction book we did together. And remember, each line here goes all the way over to that number. And it tells us that when we go to this page, we can learn about this. So let's choose a random one to read. 16. If I go to page 16, I'll learn about keeping clean. Keeping clean. Ooh, that's important. How to keep our dogs and cats and fish and turtles and whatever else we have as pets clean. All right, so let's read some of the things we're going to see. My dog, Max. Time to eat. Yum, yum. Going for a walk. Ooh, that can be important. It's playtime. Keeping clean. Then there's an activity we can do, fun facts, a glossary, and even an index. Wow. I'll show you what those are at the end, okay? All right, so we have my dog, Max. Let's learn about his dog, Max. Max depends on me. I need to take care of him. So depends means that he wouldn't probably survive without a human caretaker, right? He might be able to live, he might be able to survive, but is he going to have a good life, right? So when you depend on someone, like you guys depend on your parents for food, for shelter, for love. When we're at school, you guys depend on me to learn and guide you in order to grow your brain. You might depend on your toothbrush to help brush your teeth and make sure they're clean, right? So that's what depend means. Ooh. Time to eat. All right, I like these order words we have here. First and next. First, I fill his food dish. Next, I fill his water dish. So food and then water. So remember, did you notice? It says how. So it's like how to care for my pet. But it's giving an example of how he does it. So we might see more order words in here. Let's find out. So first his food, then his water dish. Let's see what comes next. Ooh, then. We had first, next, then. Then Max eats and drinks. That makes sense. After they're full, he can then eat. All right, we have a new title. Always jump up, and if you see these big bold words on a page, they're really important. It tells you what you're about to read about. It's almost like when you do a picture walk and you look at the picture to find something out about what you're going to read. The title is another hint, another clue to what all this other text is going to be about. So it's important to read those first. Going for a walk. Ooh, I see a compound word here. That's where you put out and side together and it makes a new word. You go outside, right? There's inside and outside. Max needs to go outside. Ooh, I wonder why. Why is it good to go outside? Think about that. I put on his leash. I take him on a walk. Think about why some dogs need leashes. Why is that a good idea when you're out on a walk? Yeah, there's a lot of reasons. Sometimes you don't want them to get lost. Sometimes dogs, they'll get excited by something and they run off and then they don't remember how to get back. And sometimes it's to help other people feel secure. Some people are scared of animals. And so if you have them on a leash, they know that you're in charge of the animal and will take care of it and make sure that everyone is safe. Maybe you had another reason. There's more than that. I clean up after him. Oh, what did he have to go outside for, friends? We don't go outside to do this normally. Humans have a room in their house where they do what Max just did. Yeah, we have a bathroom to go to the bathroom in and do number 1 and number 2. But dogs often go outside for that. Cats might use a litter box. So it just depends on the animal and how they do it. So for them at their house, they go outside on a walk to let Max do his business. Ooh, I see another title. It's playtime. After Max's walk, we play in the yard. Good, remember to always try the page before I read it. That's why I point to it without saying anything first. We play fetch. First, I throw the ball. Ooh, I hear an order word. I bet we're going to hear a next or a then next. Ready? Oh, there it is. Then. Ooh, did you see another order word? Yeah, and I saw an ing word. Then he runs to get it. Finally, he brings it back. That's how fetch works, right? You throw the ball, he goes and gets it, and then he brings it back. I like how he's using these how-to language to teach us about his dog, Max. Ooh, what does the title say? Keeping clean. We got to page 16. I brush Max's fur. I take out the tangles. Oh, it must feel good. Tomorrow I will give him a bath. It's good to clean that fur, huh? That's how I care for my pet. How would you do it? So maybe you take care of your pet a different way. Maybe your pet doesn't need to go to the bathroom. If they're a stuffy, they don't eat real food, so they don't have to poop and pee real things. All right. Ooh, an activity. You can do this at home if you want to. Pretend that you're responsible for taking care of a pet. On a piece of paper, write a story about the steps that you would take to do this job. Use at least 3 of the words shown on the opposite page to write your story. Ooh, we have our order words. First, next, then, last. And then these are even harder order words. These are first grade order words. So you say this one, before, after. Oh, and then we know this one, finally. So you can use some of those words to tell your story about how to take care of your pet. So you could choose your pet from your pet show today. Which pet did you choose to bring? Or maybe you saw someone else's pet and maybe you got inspired and want to write about that kind of pet. Or maybe you have a pet at home that you want to write how you take care of it. All of those sound great. All right, fun facts. So sometimes nonfiction books, because this was about how to take care of your pet, maybe we couldn't kind of fit in these facts, but the author still wanted to include them. The Labrador Retriever is the most popular dog breed in the United States. Yeah, it's not really important to know how to take care of it, huh? But he wanted to tell us about this type of dog. It's called a Labrador Retriever. Bella and Max are the most popular puppy names. Max was in this book, and then we know Bella is a common name from one of our Bella and Rosie books, huh? There are more than 78 million pet dogs in the United States. Wow. So I'm pretty sure we have 300-ish million people in the United States. So almost a third of them have a dog. Wow. But then again, some families might have multiple dogs, huh? So maybe it's closer to a fourth or a fifth of all families. So 1 out of maybe 5 families have a dog. Interesting. Glossary. So a glossary is special. In nonfiction books, you might see a glossary. And what it does is it takes words from the story. So we saw depends, fetch, leash, and tangles in the story. But they might be complicated words. So you're not really sure what they mean. And so you can go to the glossary and it'll define the word for you. It'll tell you what the word means. And I kind of told you about depends, right? Depends is to need or count on for help, right? So you need a toothbrush to brush your teeth. So that's why you depend on it. You count on your parents for help. So that's why you need them. So that's what depends means. Fetch, a game played with a dog where a human throws something and the dog brings it back. We learned about fetch, huh? He taught us it. Leash, a strap for holding an animal. Yeah, so we saw the leash around his neck. Let's go back and look at that. See, he has a leash on. Oh, well, that's interesting that it says that. For holding an animal. Okay, so the collar, this is a collar. And that's to identify the animal. It has a tag on it. And then it's what you put the leash on. So let me show you the leash. There we go. So that's the strap that lets you hold on to the dog. But the thing around its neck is called a collar. But they didn't say that word in the book, so I guess that's why they didn't include it. You kind of need both in order to use a leash. All right, the last one, tangles. I bet you know that about your own hair, maybe a sibling's hair, or maybe your parents' hair. Especially if it's the longer hair gets, the more easily it can tangle up and get all put together. Knotted clumps of fur. So yeah, I made knots that are like, oh, I can't get it out. Oh, there we go. Yay! Not tangled anymore. Index. So an index is where I can find these words. So it's not necessarily that I'll find everything about outside on page 9, but I'll find the word on page 9. So if I was like, oh, what was that page? I remember they said something about going outside. Okay, outside. Oh, page 9. Let's see. Yay! Yeah. Oh, that was it. Max needs to go outside. That's because he was going for a walk. I remember that now. So an index can be a helpful resource that you use if you kind of only remember something and you just want to find that in the book. All right. That was How I Care for My Pet. I hope you enjoyed it, friends. And I'm excited to learn more about pets and hear about your reading this week.